everybody. That's Gladys, our cashier. If you notice the virtually fast and easy checkout when you got your ticket on Eventbrite, that's thanks to Gladys. She's virtually fast and easy, and insists that we remind you we donate 10% of our ticket fees to Elevating Connections. I'll talk about them later. A terrific charity.
Yes, Mountain Dews with a dugong.
Right. And then the Longshores, I don't think they're going to be here tonight, or their son will be here next week, but just in case they show up, you know, they're VIPs. So what you're looking at, YouTube, people listening on Spotify, and humor aficionados from around the world, welcome to the Colorado Comedy Show's virtual event center. We're deep inside the Mike Langworthy Theater. This is, by the way, just a temporary theater while his real theater is being constructed. I wouldn't want you to think we'd put stage Mike in something so small and quaint.
We're actually having Branson moved to Parker, Colorado. Developmentally disabled citizen by developmentally disabled citizen.
Hey.
So you're right.
So one half step at a time.
And the one, and the two, and the three.
Brick by brick.
Well, folks, I don't know if you're lucky, but I know that I'm lucky that on Monday nights I'm able to come to this space and get berated by one of the funniest people I've ever told jokes with. You know, except for
are they here yet?
Except for about 150 other people, this guy's really funny. And so, would you please welcome your host for the evening of the Open Mic Comedy Show. This is Mike Langworthy.
It's lovely to be here, and tonight we have a ethnically and genderically and geographically diverse group of comedians that are here so far to entertain each other. And I think that says a lot. You learn a lot about comedy by working out new material in front of other comics who can laugh at that. And
We're supposed to do new material?
Not new material, no.
I'll be right back.
No, we don't expect new material from you, Alan. It's all right, because we have it on pretty good authority that if you were to tell a new joke, you'd vomit.
Whoa.
Because it would be like the Gladys stuff is what I'm saying. So I did a show over the weekend. It was a benefit for an Alcoholics Anonymous chapter in Los Angeles. And I felt pretty bad about it because I'm not an alcoholic. I don't have a drug problem. I don't have a drug problem because I don't do drugs, not because I'm in denial. Or maybe I'm in denial about not doing drugs, but as far as I know, I don't do any drugs. It was an interesting thing because Daryl Hammond, the guy who was on Saturday Night Live for 15 years,
yeah,
he was on doing stand-up. It was very funny. He did a long bit about very funny bit about getting a colonoscopy for the first time. And it reminded me of the last time I got a colonoscopy, which was, you know, not funny or traumatic, or either one really, because I was anesthetized, so I didn't feel anything. The stuff that you're supposed to take the night before, you know, did its job, and the dye where everything worked, and I didn't have anything to worry about when it was all over. The problem was the anesthetic was really, really good anesthetic. And I had dreams and thoughts. Somehow I think they were related to the colonoscopy because they were centered around that area of my body. And there was a lot of bareback horse riding and centaurs and guys, bare-chested archers involved. And I spent a lot of time in the dreams being tied down and not really minding it a lot. So,
and what was the dream?
No, well, that was the dream.
Sorry.
Not only was it a dream, it was a fantasy of mine for many years before I got the colonoscopy. Then when I woke up, I was still really groggy from the, woozy. And you know how you just feel when if you've ever had an operation, the doctor comes to visit you while you're still high on all the drugs, and it's just that wonderful warm feeling of being well taken care of. And he sat on the edge of the bed, and I looked at his eye. You could fall into his eyes at that point. It was just like, oh my God, I can't believe, like limpid pools, this doctor's eyes. And he asked me how I was doing, and I gave him what I thought was a responsive answer. You have lovely hands, doctor. And I don't know, but apparently he's heard this before, and he just said, well, good. Did you experience any discomfort? I'm like, far from it. And he's just good, because there was no problem. You don't have anything to worry about. And I said, great, because I'm happy to do this again, because, you want to make sure about a thing like this. And he goes, no, I'm not going to have to see you for, I don't know, between 5 and 10 years. And I go, oh, you won't? Well, okay, but you'll write. And he looked at me and said, yeah, I'll write. But there was just something in his voice, yeah, all right. And then he leaves. And I thought I caught him rolling his eyes as he was turning away. And he left. And I looked at the nurse and said, he's not going to write. He's not going to write. No, that was my experience with colonoscopy. And I thought if I could just share a little bit about my personal space being invaded, you guys will be able to do whatever you want with impunity, because if I could embarrass myself and reveal things like that, then you can reveal things as well. Nothing physical. I don't want strikes on our account, but let's go on and do the comedy. The way we do it, 5 minutes. I give you a light after 4. No, he never wrote, Chuck. Chuck wrote the check. Did you write? Well, he didn't write, but he sent me a telegram. Do you know someone named Chuck Roy? He said. I've been trying to get in touch with him. He promised he'd write. I thought that was cruel, personally.
I think what he said was, "Oh, that asshole." Hello.
Hey, he looks at assholes every day. He was like the Wayne Newton of proctologists. He said, you know what? I'm going to stop the colonoscopy right now. Bring the lights up. Bring the lights up, everybody. I've been doing this for 40 years, and you are the best asshole I've ever done. We're just going to keep on going, man. We're going past the duodenal, whatever. The duodenum, we're going right into the small intestine tonight, because I don't care, man. I'm sorry, I got a little hostile. Anyway, what I'm saying is, after 4 minutes, I shine some kind of a light that looks like this. So you might want to keep it on gallery view. And you got a minute to wrap up. And I'm looking forward to an evening of entertainment. And so don't let me down. Sometimes interrupt people, because that's what I feel like doing. It's my basement, my rules, which is, interestingly enough, has kept me from being prosecuted a number of times. I had a scout troop once. I don't want to get into it. Anyway, you guys are lovely. I will put the first act, I'll just give you your name. After that, I'll put 2 acts in the public portion of the chat, so keep your eye on that, the next 2 acts. And that's pretty much how we run things. Chuck, is there anything else that I need to run by anyone?
No, you're doing remarkably well today.
Thank you.
The number of your proctologists? Not for me, it's for a friend.
It's for, yeah. Hit me up on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember what happened at the end of Alan's last appointment?
Vomited?
Yeah.
Not only he vomited, the nurses, it was a vomitorium. The doctor took one, like, hey, that's not a colon.
Actually, I think the doctor vomited.
That's not a colon, that's a bolin. It was tied up in knots, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Nautical knots for 100, Alex. Well, that and your pancreas. Okay, it doesn't work. You don't eat it. All right. Our first act tonight is going to be a guy who's been very patient many times on the show and gone really late in the show and been absolutely not a complainer at all. And so I'm going to reward him by giving the hardest spot on the show to him tonight. This is all my bullshit opening remarks. Very funny guy. Please welcome Bruce Lipsky. Bruce Lipsky.
Thank you. Yeah, you ruined half my jokes. I was going to tell you. I always tell you about my relationship with my wife. We love doing things together. Broadway shows, nice dinners, colonoscopies. And we have perfect colons, and I even have photos to prove it. But every time I show them off, I get the same response. What a couple of assholes. No, we actually do a lot of stuff together, and I must admit we have a great relationship. I think I told you during the pandemic I had gotten COVID, and she couldn't go shopping anymore, so we had our food delivery come to the house. But our supermarket would say we couldn't guarantee getting the food because of supply and demand. I can understand an eggplant for a zucchini, rye for whole wheat. How do you go from Colgate to Preparation H?
Ooh.
And even my dog had to suffer. He went from the science diet to my wife's cooking. He took one sniff, rolled on his back, and played dead. And I've been trying to teach him that trick for 3 years. But, normal times, my wife used to do all the shopping, which is a mistake. I asked her for regular orange juice. She'd come back orange juice with pulp. I said, I want creamy peanut butter. She'd get chunky style. I said, honey, I really need Ben Gay. She brought home Ben the Bag Boy. And the other morning, she said, Bruce, pass the Colgate. I handed her the Preparation H because she's always chewing my ass out. That is a nice relationship. We just celebrated an anniversary. 30 years.
Oh no, you froze.
Why
I got the calluses to prove it.
Oh, so you froze for a second there.
Okay. My internet is.
Repeat that last joke. You froze.
Okay, no worries. Anyway, so my wife and I, we just celebrated an anniversary. 30 years.
Woo!
30 years of wedded bliss. No, wedded blisters. That's because all these years she's been rubbing me the wrong way. I got the calluses to prove it. But, she's a great lady. The other day, I get $14 haircuts. The other day, this mobile grooming van pulled into my driveway called the Rough Life, RUFF. Hey, I got the Rough Life. He spent $150 on its spa treatment for the dog. Haircut, nose and paw moisturized, blueberry facial. I said, why? He spends half his day rubbing his face in crap and sniffing other dogs' butts. That's his spa treatment. $150. I should get the blueberry facial. I think I need a husband rescue. Let me tell you. Tough lady. She really tries hard, my wife. She got us into this organic stuff. So I went to the store the other day to buy some organic produce, and I never did this before. So I asked the guy there, how do I tell what's organic? He said that it's half the size and twice the price. It's organic. I said, I think I drive one of those. It's called a hybrid Prius. But she tries to run our kitchen like a 5-star restaurant. That's why every time she cooks, I get reservations. Well, as I said, she's a lovely lady. I mentioned this many times, that during the pandemic, I was so sick, I couldn't go out. I was under quarantine. But in order to keep our, passion alive, she took a couple of her Victoria's Secret black lace bras and made masks out of them. Thankfully, she's a double D, or else it would never fit over this Jewish nose. But you should have seen what I did for her with my athletic supporter. Keep the passion in the family. And let's see what else. Where was that? Okay. I'm good. So anyway, my wife has gotten into this whole thing with organic. She's just a kale now. I looked it up. Kale is like lettuce's bitter cousin. You know, the one that's 50 years old that walks 4 times. That's kale. Trouble with kale is it tastes like kale. And no recipe, and no recipe ends well when the first ingredient is kale. But you know, kale is one of those superfoods. And you know, I know growing up, we never had superfoods. We just had food. You know, but you know, kale is like my kryptonite. If Superman can leap tall buildings in a single bound, kale will clean out my colon in a single serving.
Ooh, boy.
But to me, the superfood of 2021 is Chipotle. And my son corrects me all the time and says, not Chipotle, it's Chipotle. I said, great, this is coming from a kid who got a 40 on his Spanish regions. You know, I said, I don't know how you pronounce it, Chipotle or Chipotle. I really do love the pulled pork for distance. That's my time, I think. Thank you very much.
Yeah, looks
It-
good.
It's good. It's good, your time. It was a good time that was had by all. Thank you. All right, so our next performer is coming back to us after an absence for a while. And I always liked what she did, and I know you will too. What I'd like to do is spend about 10 minutes introducing her so that she can get really frustrated and angry. And I can any opportunity she might have to be funny. But rather than that, in the interest of the show and your entertainment, I'm going to bring her on right now. Michelle Malazaki.
Hey, thank you. Oh my gosh, so we have a theme. What is it? The worst vacation ever?
Yeah.
I'm Japanese. We don't take vacations, so I don't have any vacation stories. Sorry.
All right, it's fine.
My grandpa took me to fishing one time, but I don't like to fish. I just like to eat fish. That's it.
Right.
My mom doesn't cook, so every time I go visit her in Japan, she always buy tray of sashimi because she doesn't cook. It's great to be Japanese, I guess. September 11th, 9/11 is the anniversary is coming up. That tells me that I've been married for 20 years.
Wow.
I know I'm finally eligible for parole. With my great behavior, I think I'm gonna be awarded with extra. I don't know. What am I gonna get awarded? I don't know. Oh, the toilet paper crisis is over because I went to Costco yesterday and somebody returned 36 packs of toilet papers.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
No.
Somebody, that's where it was at Karen's house, all the toilet papers. And she returned them. So living in America, it's like so frustrating. It wasn't like this. I thought I watch American TV shows and commercials like Coca-Cola. All the people on Coca-Cola commercial, they are all, I don't know, little slow-mo and all drinking that brown liquid and so happy, frolicking. I'm like, oh, I should drink that and come to America and I'd be so happy. No, I'm just frustrated ever. People tell me about OnlyFans account. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I do get my I do have my OnlyFans here. Oh my gosh! Wait, Michelle, puns, don't stop. Well, I know. I look like I have more than 2 fans, but here they are. And I know, puns. Couple years ago, this famous comedian came up to me and said, Michelle, if you want to be a successful comedian, you have to drop your puns. Not pants, puns. I'm like, You think I'm gonna be successful? Then on my way home, I was really offended because he denied everything about me, my identity, because I am from Japan. Oh, stop, Michelle. Okay, I'll stop. But I'll teach you Japanese. Because I teach Japanese at the adult school. That's what you do when you live in a foreign country and you don't have any skill and you don't want to learn any new skills.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so this is what you say. For good morning, Ohio.
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 Yes. Oh
Ohio.
my gosh, you are great students. Ohio means good morning. What about good evening? Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, there we go.
Oklahoma.
Good evening. Oh my gosh, Mike, you are so good.
Thank you.
Ohio is a state too. What? Really? I am married to a guy from Ohio, a white guy from Ohio, because I wanted to have a baby that looks like Shirley Temple. Curly blonde hair, blue eyes with big dimples.
Yeah.
So I married this guy with blonde hair, blue eyes with big nipples.
Oh,
You know, I did the secret thing. You know, the secret, you ask for it and you get it.
right, right.
I asked for it, but the universe didn't understand my English. And the baby came out looking like Mexican. I didn't say that. The casting director told me that. Your kids look like Mexican. I thought, you know, they would be at least racial ambiguous? Racially ambiguous. But no, Mexican. I don't know what happened. Bruce, I think Chipotle used to be Chipolo because I know Nestle used to be Nestle. Nestle,
That's true.
Chipotle. Just different century. I thought I found my celebrity lookalike. Do you know who it is?
No.
Guess.
Hmm.
It's John Mulaney.
Okay.
But with my mask on, people are telling me, "Oh, you look like that British actress, Helen Mirren." Oh my gosh. Yeah, how did she know I'm same age as she is? It's just I'm being Asian. Asians don't age. Am I like my time up, or am I just keep
Yeah,
on
sort of.
talking?
But I like
Okay.
I like listening to you. Yeah, your time's
Oh,
up.
you're like okay. So come on. I'm see like I'm an Asian mom, so I am good at traumatizing kids, and I am also competitive. Colonoscopy competition. Yes, I have had colonoscopy,
Mhm.
but I didn't have it with my husband. I had tooth procedure at once, endoscopy and colonoscopy at the same time. What?
Whoa.
I know. Was
Wow.
buy one get one free. But I didn't. See. I thought I won the competition. Oh yeah. The anesthetist, the guy who gives anesthesiologist. I can't say it. He challenged me to count the number backwards. I'm like, yeah, I could count backwards. 76, 75, 74. I guess I lost that competition. And at the end, did you know you get a grade for preparation? I didn't know that. If I knew I was gonna get like okay for my prepping my colon, I would have done better.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like it's pretty clean, but you could done better. Oh, Michelle, next time I'm gonna get A+ for prepping my colon for the colonoscopy.
Yeah. Good
That's
idea.
what I'm gonna What else? I don't know. How much? Also, many things happen, and I can't remember what happened because I'm getting old. Oh, my daughter. I should talk about my daughter because I taught her how to speak English, and she speaks like this. She speaks like this. Mommy, I'm hungry. I created a monster. I mean, I knew because until she was 5 years old, she was a racist. She was anti-Japanese. Then at age 5, she learned that Hello Kitty and Pokemon are from Japan. All of a sudden, she's like, oh, I'm Japanese. I don't know. If anybody wants to take her away from me, I'm fine with that. But I told her she can't have sex with anyone till she dies. And that's why that makes my son very happy, because I told him he'll be okay when he's 27. He could just do it, but he gotta wait for another 12 years.
Okay.
I don't know. If you want 2 kids, it's buy one, get one free deal. If you want them, just DM me. Then I'll send them over.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for listening to my first world problem. And thank you, Mike. And thank you, Chuck. Yay.
Hey.
Congratulations on
Thank you very much.
your academic thing.
Oh, thank you.
How would they
Well-
call it now? Is that what they call it now? Is academic thing?
That is what they call it.
What they call it. It's academic, whether or not this is a comedy show.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, I wonder if she knows that it's not the Battle of Britain, but it's the Battle of Britain. I'm just kidding. Anyway. Okay, so our next. Oh, it looked like a Mayan temple. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, instead of Shirley Temple, it looked like a Mayan temple.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that. You can put that in one of your comedy skits, Michelle. Sorry.
Mike, you look younger. You look younger tonight for some reason.
It's a picture.
Right.
It's a picture of my.
Oh, there you are.
Oh.
That is
Bring,
just hilarious. I've just been hearing about how old I am all night long. It's just fantastic. And I had a birthday last week too. So
Oh, happy birthday.
Right.
no,
Right.
don't even try. If you cared, you would have been on the show last Monday. What?
What's it like to be 41?
Can't remember. Our next performer did nicely in the Gladys's Worst Vacations portion, and he held up the end of the foreigners that were in our show. I like to call you foreigners because that way I don't have to like learn anything about ethnicity or something. I could just be the same racist white guy in my whole life. You're foreigners. Which, by the way, is what I used to call people from Ohio when I lived in Michigan. Oklahoma is where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, just by the in case anyone's curious. And people shoot down planes that are bringing vaccines to their state. So anyway, why do I say these things? I don't know. Our next guy comes to us from Bangalore, which is on the subcontinent of India now, the part of it that is India instead of all the other places that it is. I'd like to say that you come from Kashmir, so you can't tell me you come from India or Pakistan. But I'll say Bangalore because you made such a big deal out of it the last time. Like I'm know where Bangalore is. Jesus Christ. You know, do they make American shoes there? I doubt it. So why would I know? Anyway, I'm sorry. I insult the guy before he even gets on stage. How could I do that? He's great. He's a great guy. He's a funny guy, and yet I insult him. But you guys don't insult him. Laugh at his jokes. You'll want to anyway, and laugh twice as hard because I insulted him in the introduction. His name is Sid Vishnu.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on,
Thank
clap
you,
for him.
Mike. Thank you.
You're very
Yeah,
welcome.
and like Mike said, love twice as much. Need that because my jokes might not be that funny. Anyways, there are certain views about Indian men which I don't agree with. For example, Indian men don't last in bed for long. Wrong statement. It should have been Indian men don't last. Period. That's it. That's it.
Mm.
Another statement which I completely disagree with is Indian men have small dicks, right? Completely disagree. Completely disagree. The statement should have been Indian men are dicks.
Yeah.
Yes, that should have been the statement.
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking about dicks, my let's talk about my ex. My ex was a witch. She was witch, but not the good witch from the north. She was the evil witch from the east. I always wanted to drop a house on her, kill her, steal her shoes, and then walk away. But I was told it's illegal to drop a house on her because Disney can sue me for it. Yeah. Uh, I think pizza. I love pizza. First of all, I'm a huge pizza enthusiast. I feel pizza is a complete food. It has carbs, proteins, cheese, and it's made with bread. So it's blessed by Jesus. There you go. Complete food for you.
So it's holy.
Last year, I had a breakup with my witch ex. Yeah, and the worst part about breakup is I had to part my way with my favorite T-shirt, like my favorite X-Men T-shirts. She took it, and she had the audacity to break up with me while wearing the same T-shirt. I couldn't just take it from her because we were in a public place, right? And I think she chose it because she wanted to keep the T-shirt. And that's the only thing she kept from the relationship. Yeah. These open mics, have become less of open mics for me and more of a therapy session. And it's better this way because it's free. Who needs therapy? So I saw my ex's new boyfriend, right? And he's one of those gym guys, really buffed up, wearing tank tops with the word I am buff written on it. And I'm like, I see you, Kishan, I see you. Okay, you don't have to write it on top of you. Now you must be thinking, hey, are you stalking your ex's boyfriend? Are you gay somehow? I'm not gay. I'm straight, except when it comes to Jason Momoa. I am gay for Jason Momoa. I mean, that dude is has a godly body. I mean, if you have seen the new Justice League movie, right? Jason Momoa appears from the water. He does that hair flip right in slow motion. I mean, that gave me a hard on. That was the wrong way to walk out of a theater. Yeah. I grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s, by which I mean my growth spurt stopped there. Like I did not grow much. And and being from the 90s, my school, the teachers were the bullies. They were huge bullies, right? They used to throw us to the ground, get on top of us, and hit us with the heaviest book they could find.
Oh, no.
So as growing up, I always thought books were for hitting. So I never studied. I grew up stupid. And dumb. I'm so stupid that when my friend Ankur said that she's pansexual, I thought she meant she liked to be in the kitchen. Turns out that's not the case.
No.
But with that, that's been my time, guys. It's lovely performing for you guys. You guys have been amazing. I've said, and back to your host, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
And a nice job by Sid Vishnu. And of course, pansexual does not mean you want to do sex in the kitchen, for Christ's sake. That is a skillet sexual, you incredible moron.
Oh,
Roast sexual. A roast sexual means that you want to have sex during a comedy show. There's a lot of different things that are often mistaken for being somebody who wants to have sex in the kitchen. And the only people who want to have sex in the kitchen are husbands. That's neither here nor there. We got another performer. Interesting that the next performer has the same last name as your pansexual friend. Same first name, pardon me. Your pansexual friend. I'm sure you're not related in any way. But please welcome, if you will. You know what? I with all of these, I believe I've already established my bona fides as a racist, so I can say all these foreign last names. I don't know how to pronounce them. So I'm going to guess Ankur Tangati. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is it really? Oh my God.
yeah.
But I am shocked because I was ready to make a joke, but you screwed it up, Mike.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's 2 acts in a row. I screwed up for. Sorry.
So yeah, I am Ankur, and no, Sid, I am not dating fans. We broke up. We broke up last year. Yeah. So yeah, Michelle, I do have a OnlyFans account, you guys, because that's how comedians make money. I get paid to not post anything. Yeah. I was a woman like 5 minutes ago. Now I'm a man. Because people keep saying women are not funny, and I was like, okay, then I'm a man now. Let's try being a man. Well, it turns out you just have to have jokes. Gender doesn't have to do like anything with funny. Okay. Anyways, it's my first day of being a man, so dick pics on the house, you guys. Yeah. Anyways, let me tell you guys, like, I'm from Mumbai, India, and this is how you speak Indian English. You pronounce every single letter in the word. This is how you speak Indian English, because it took us 200 years of oppression to learn English. So there is no way we are having silent letters. It's crazy. Anyways, like lockdown, it's COVID time, you guys, and lot of Indian people don't believe in COVID, like didn't believe in COVID. But good news is now people have started believing in COVID, because now there is a COVID goddess in India.
Really?
Yeah, there is. And I thought, Trump temple was the stupidest shit we ever did until now. It's crazy. Anyways, I am pansexual. As Sid said, I am the friend who he was talking about. I'm pansexual. Pansexual means, I am so desperate, I'm okay with anyone. Yeah, that's what pansexual is. And here is the thing: you need special skills to be pansexual and single, because I might be okay with anyone, but no one's okay with me.
Oh man.
Yeah. Online dating is crazy. Okay, online dating is super crazy because, especially dating girls. Because I send her nudes, she compliments my hair. It's crazy. And I was dating this guy. Who was gay, actually. I was dating a gay guy, Mike, and he told me that he was gay, and I was like, why are we dating if you're gay? He was like, no. I started talking to you and I started liking you, and I think I'm bisexual. And I'm like, are you calling me beautiful or masculine? Like, It's crazy. Anyway, there is I am pansexual, or I'm part of LGBTQ, and there is no P in it.
Woohoo!
That's it. And Q as in queers, everyone included. That's what Q
Oh, that's what
stands
the-
for. Yeah, and which is also it's like how you write etc. at the end of the sentence. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like that.
Oh, okay.
It's so yeah, I am minority in the minority. And have you guys ever got friend zone?
Yeah.
I never got a chance to friend zone anyone because people bro zone me first. It's crazy. It's crazy. Indian men are so obsessed with Johnny Sins. Johnny Sins is a porn star, is a mean porn star. And yeah, Indian men are so obsessed with Johnny Sins, and then they have the audacity to say they are not gay. It's crazy. Anyways, I am Ankur from Mumbai, India. That was my time, you guys.
Oh,
you.
yay, Ankur. Come on, clap for her. Clap for her, for Christ's sake.
Yay.
Hey, Chuck,
Yeah.
at this point in the show, when we're about halfway through
Yes.
the comics that we have, we like to do a little thing I like to call saying the word like a lot. No,
Yeah, we like to do whatever you like, Mike.
we tried. See what he said? Like, because I was saying like.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Exactly. Anyway, we like to give our announcements where this show happens every Monday at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. That's the United States Mountain Time. I don't know if Bangalore is in the mountains or not. I could look it up, sure, but it's such a hassle learning other cultures. Anyway, let me also tell you about Magic Moments, Inc., Incorporated. It's a company that makes a musical every year out of 40 songs from the ASCAP and BMI catalogs. Great melodies with lyrics repurposed for the show. We had to miss the last 2 shows because of the pandemic, but as of now, anyway, we're going to be doing a show this year. And I'm one of the people who helps write it. My daughter performs in it every year. That's a large part of the reason why we live in the Denver area, so that she can pursue her dreams even though she's developmentally disabled. They do a great job. 175 to 200 people in the cast. 50 to 60 of them have disabilities that range from very slight, almost not noticeable, to very severely impacted. Everybody, whether they are able-bodied or differently abled, they find a way to get a meaningful role for them to play in the show, whether it's a role like with lines and stuff, or whether it's dancing or singing or whatever. They have a meaningful participation in the thing. They're not just trotted out as window dressing, which I think is great. So if you live in the Denver area or you want to visit the Denver area, I'll be letting people know over the course of the next few months exactly when the show is going to be on. But in the meantime, you can go to the website that's listed here on this card, magicmomentsinc.org. Donate some money. Look. You should just navigate the site and see some of the things that they do, because it's pretty amazing. And I look forward to having you all there. And Chuck, isn't there something that you like to promote on shows that you do at
Gosh, Mike, I'm so glad you asked. I was really hoping you would. Wrote a check earlier today and have another one to write for this weekend. We donate 10% of our private event fees, which are ridiculous, by the way. I charge a lot of money to show up and customize humor for your event. And we donate 10% to Elevating Connections and their programs for youth who are separated from their siblings by foster care. And we also I work with them to bring them over to the Community College of Denver. And they're doing some career exploration this year and such. So what started out as just a little bit of charity has turned into, a whole lot of charity. And we're glad to do it. It's something I find successful. If you want to listen to us, we're on at Anchor. We're also on the Spotify so you can listen to the Open Mic Comedy Show. Looking for our social, just find our link tree. It's Linktree Colorado Comedy. And don't forget, if you're watching us on the YouTube, we appreciate it. And then subscribe and such, wherever the button may be. Mike, we give away prizes to our audience and our VIP customers, which include the Longshores in case they're watching on the YouTube, and Stacey Sanders, who might be watching on the YouTube. I saw her commenting earlier during Make Gladys Laugh. Fun prizes. And
Do I get one of those?
sure, Michelle, we'll send them up to your virtual green room.
Ooh.
They'll be there to do. You have some laundry. We have plenty of washboards. Thank you. So enjoy these fine fellows as your virtual gift. And then this lady, I'm not sure.
Is that Gladys's great niece?
It could be. I don't know. She's just very happy. And you can choose to, be pals with the lady, or if you need the lamp, or if you need a smartphone. Any one of the three are your option, but you can't have all three. We didn't sell enough tickets. Ooh. And then we prepared this snack for you virtually. I thought this looked a little summertime and healthy. And
Hey.
Yes, needed more salad. Got to have Chef's Capone.
Vegetables and a broth and a salad.
Yeah, that's Chef Mark Scapone of the Colorado Comedy Show's Virtual Event Center. He's the one who helps plan all of our virtual events. Just an ace in the kitchen. And those of you up in the balcony of the glorious Mike Langworthy Theater, we've got prizes for you. Thanks for your general admission ticket. And I guess that includes those of you watching on the YouTube. You get this guy.
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's
cute.
That's a gray wolf. They used to be
adorable.
Yeah,
I think is it a husky?
Who managed to build up the population back again to pain in the ass status for ranchers. I think we all deserve a big round of applause for that.
Right, fucking Biden. So you get the wolf or the lavender in the background. But you can't have both. Again, just general admission. Still get this guy. I'm not sure. Some of the prizes seem to carry over week to week.
He keeps rehearsing "Stop in the Name of Love." The way they
Is
do
that
it.
his doppelganger? Maybe that's
Stop in the name of love. Before my eyes have prayed.
Well, and what am I to do? It has been more fun to just keep repeating this prize, and we also got you some French fries. Look at those; those just look delicious.
And what goes
Mike, what goes with virtual French fries?
French fries and salad. That is what the Irish lived on until the potato famine.
You betcha. You betcha. So thank you for enjoying your virtual prizes and gifts. We need to do the Mike. We went out of order, and then
you forgot about.
I forgot about the big part. Right?
I screwed you up, and I take full responsibility for it.
What'd you do? You just asked me to, ask the guys in graphics. Totally changed all their work, but we got it done. They got it done. And then I dropped the ball.
To the third floor and visit those guys someday because they really work hard.
They do work hard, and I know you're going to get down there. You're a good guy. Gang, those of you who watch week to week, we appreciate it. And you probably noticed, like, wow, they're doing the announcements first. What happened to the round robin? And we moved it. We switched them around.
We don't give a fuck, man.
Mike called an audible in the middle of the show, and we made it happen. And tonight's round robin is Forgotten Gilligan's Island episodes. This should be fun and funny. And just to remind you, it's brought to you by Round Robin Real Estate, known for plus size sales figures. Just
what month is
great gal. Mike, got to remind you, April is APR month. So a promotion will be coming up again next year, but Boy, it was a good one this year too.
That was
So how this works is we'll invite everybody to just chime in if you got one. A forgotten episode of Gilligan's Island.
Well, there was. Oh, do you have one already?
Well, there was the one where Jimmy Carter built houses. They called it Habit Hut for Humanity, and I'm out of here. I'm done. I got a laugh, an authentic laugh.
Yeah, really, you could retire on that.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
It was a laugh on a pun out of it.
Well, you know about the episode that ended the show, right?
Alan Enlo, good friend of ours, please tell us about the episode that ended the show.
Well, it was the stoner episode where they all got stoned and they found their way off the island immediately.
Really, that's interesting because I had a very similar episode that you don't remember. That was
Right.
the one where they discovered that Gilligan's Island was a peninsula. You know, because little Buddy, Gilligan, he was supposed to have gone all the way around the island, so they figured out that it was, and he just got about a third of the way around. And he said, "Fuck it." And he came back. He said, "Yes, I went all the way around the island." And
Mike, I think you've forgotten part of the episode. What happened was they discovered it was a peninsula. They found out it was Florida and said, "Fuck it," and didn't tell
he
anybody.
just said, "We don't want any part of it."
Yeah, we'll get out of
Anybody
here.
remember the episode where they all tried to make coconuts out of the SS Minnow? Everything else.
Was that
is what I'm saying.
was that the episode where Jacques Cousteau guest starred? I believe they called it Under the Sea.
Yes, that's right.
And the last episode when they got canceled was because Gilligan exposed his little buddy.
Well, hello.
Ooh. No.
And it turned out his pubic hair was ginger. That'd be hilarious if the Irish guy was on tonight.
Oh, there was that one episode too where they introduced that new character. He had 3 names.
Really? What were they?
And the rest.
Oh, yes, I loved him. He was my favorite one, and they never gave him any lines.
Yeah.
That really frustrated me.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
got in the song and that was it. And the rest.
Remember the one where the Japanese soldier tried to surrender? We all remember that one. But there was another one where he found the rest of his unit and they took over the island, and they had their way with Ginger and Marianne and turned down Mrs. Howell. It was another. What's the matter? I'm not good enough for you?
They couldn't pronounce lovey in Japanese. That's why.
Right.
Lovey.
They call that lovey
Don't be
lovey's
able to tell you
lonely.
how to pronounce how the Japanese would pronounce lovey.
What? Lovey?
Yes,
Lovey.
see? It's
Mike,
a
you-
misnomer that they can't pronounce. things.
They said when the Japanese got there, they said Ohio. They said no, we're stranded here.
Is that where we've been all this time? Jesus
No.
Christ.
Was it
Oh,
Bruce
no,
Lipski?
Oklahoma.
Bruce?
Best idea.
So,
You know what ski means in Japanese?
what does ski mean in Japanese?
Like.
Like.
Lipski. Lipski. Ah,
Like my
lipski.
lip? You like my lips?
And then there are some people whose last name is Debski. Do you know what
Really? No.
Deb means? Like
No, I don't.
Gordo? Fatty?
Pat?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Pat
Yeah,
lips?
like
Maybe Chuck should change his name to Gordon.
Thank you. Folks, you needed to get there quicker on that joke. I mean, it was as if the ball was bouncing towards the basket, and Mike Langworthy
Somebody has. Hey, you know what? It was gonna be a brick, and I made sure that it
hit
went.
2 broken hips, and that guy just nailed the layup. Everybody,
rebound.
Mike, we're talking about
To
forgotten.
explain. A lot
We're
of people
talking-
know that Chuck has put on a couple of pounds during the pandemic.
Yes,
They say Gordo. See, that's what I'm talking about. Did you get that, Chuck?
I did, Mike. Thank you
Okay, well,
for.
we can move on then.
clarifying that I'm fat enough to be made fun of. What a fond
I'm
memory.
fat enough.
Mike, we're
I'm fat enough to be made fun of. You're fat enough to be colonized. Really,
speaking
my
of,
ass was discovered by Isabella of Spain.
thank you.
I'm also old, for those of you who didn't know that.
I heard a nickname for your butt was called Pounce de Leon. Okay. We're doing Forgotten Gilligan's Island episodes, Mike.
Ponce de Leon was on. There was a guy on the show. There was an episode where a guy was trying to find the Fountain of Youth on Gilligan's Island.
Oh.
Well, remember that crossover episode from The Love Boat
No,
when Carol Channing went overboard and woke up on Gilligan's Island as coconuts? I was standing on the deck of the Love Boat and Isaac gave me one of these, and then I don't know, I woke up here.
well, hello, Dolly.
Yeah.
What are you doing here
No.
on the island with the Harlem Globetrotters?
Right. Some people do impressions. What I like to do is
Burlesques. You do burlesques.
I do an impression of people who do bad impressions of
There you
Carol
go.
Channing. That's
There you go.
what I like to do.
By the way, the poll came in today. Our weekly poll came in, and that is actually literally the gayest thing ever done on Earth.
Well,
It was a shutout, by the way. It was a shutout. I would have thought that going to see Side by Side by Sondheim in a prom dress would have gotten some votes.
I need the Cyber Ninjas to do a recount. Mike, leftover birthday cake from your birthday party last week. That's the prize.
What's those better birthday cake than salad?
Right.
I can't think of
For
it.
our round robin. We still have more comedians, Mike. Lots more great comedy.
Our next comedian, speaking of great comedy, he's seen a lot. He's a longtime friend, first time caller. We used to do late night spots at the Improv and also do Jersey gigs together, and all these things that I am sweating blood trying to write about for my memoir. Oh, Mike, have you written a memoir? Why, yes, I have. Anyway,
What's it called?
and he's one of the many comedians that I really loved working with back in the 80s that aren't in the book. So please welcome Alan Enlo, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Alan.
Thank you. Actually, I think you're putting me at the end of the book with the colonoscopy comics. I think.
Well, it all comes out in the end, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does. You bangy, you betcha.
And that's how you'll sound after the colonoscopy.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa! It's the honeymooners getting a colonoscopy. Whoa. Okay. I think Eddie Murphy opened.
Hello,
with
ball.
that.
Brings a whole new meaning to it. All right, that's funny to
Anyway.
3 people in the world. All right.
Yeah, right. Anybody that watched Eddie Murphy's bits. All right, so here we go. Well, this is why I like working Zoom, because it's never a dull moment. You never know what's going to happen. And I know a lot of you guys have probably had those awful gigs, and like I can't do private parties anymore. The last one I did was a pool party. You ever done that? You show up, and the guy, I'm like, "Where's the stage?" He goes, "Right here. You're going to perform at the pool." It's like, no one's going to laugh. He goes, "Yeah, they will." And of course they didn't. And I bombed. And I was thinking, well, it would have been better if I just performed underwater, but I had a better set. He was like, where are you guys from? The deep end of the pool? I just swam in from SeaWorld, and boy, are my fins tired. Hey, I got to go try the crabs or have sex with the owner. He'll give them to you. Yeah. On second thought, you know what? Maybe the pool party was better than Zoom. Is everybody on mute tonight? What's going on here?
No. We just draw
So-
a best crowd.
Hey, but you can see I'm here in New York City, New York, a hell of a town. And of course, New York is starting to open back up a little bit here, just like Mike's colonoscopy.
Hello.
But no,
Hey-o.
Broadway has actually started to open up a little bit, and they're going to have some new and exciting musicals. 45, the musical, is going to be happening, where he'll be turning the Great White Way orange. I think each week he'll be singing different musicals. I think the first week he's going to be singing from Fiddler on the Roof. If I were a rich man, diddle deedle diddle, here comes the IRS. Do you love me, Melania? Do you love me? Hello, Melania, where'd she go? Hello, I don't know what happened. Speaking of Trump, wasn't he supposed to be reinstated on the 13th? What happened there? I guess Mike Lindell screwed up.
Yeah.
I think he did have a press conference though, and he apologized. Oh, I'm really sorry. Yeah, what happened was, I was actually, my mother actually smothered me with a pillow when I was little, so I get my dates mixed up, So you have to excuse me for that. But I got my mom back. I smothered her with a pillow, but it didn't kill her. She just can't talk now, which is a good thing because her Minnesota accent's actually worse than mine. Now, speaking of accents, I actually live in Brooklyn now, but I don't have an accent because they moved around a lot. I didn't pick up a Brooklyn accent. I should have a Southern accent because my whole family is from the South, but like I said, we moved around a lot. Now I really can't stand when someone has such a thick Southern accent, you can't understand them, because I always get in trouble. When I was little, I used to go visit my grandfather's farm, and there was this little kid always trying to tell me stuff, and I could never understand him. He'd be like, well, first one over and get get back in, and then one over and then okay. I didn't know what he was talking about, so I just laughed. And then all of a sudden his brother shows up. What you laughing at, boy? My brother just told you his dog died. You think that's funny? So I didn't know what to do, so I just imitated his brother. Like, no, first one over and got changed out back here, come back here. He's, oh, your dog died too. Well, I'm so sorry. You have a nice day, sir. But really, any of you guys, I know you guys in Japan and India, you really got to come to take a tour of the southern parts of the United States. And it's fun. You drive through the mountains of Tennessee, and the game is to try to find a radio station that actually has music. I actually play a game. I call it the change the stations game as fast as you can, to see how quickly I can find a Jesus station. Think, yep, America, are you suffering from hemorrhoids? Then what you need is Jesus. Yes, Jesus is what you need. I think a lot of the stations are actually owned by the same person, because you'll change them. They'll be like, yep, you're going to hell, sinner. Don't touch that dial. You're going straight to hell. Yep. You're still going to hell. Don't touch that dial. It doesn't matter what you do. It's a Jesus station. But they are getting a little more diverse now. Now they're trying to diversify. I have some interesting programs about Jesus. We got the WGOD lineup this week on Monday. We got bar hopping with Jesus. And all you have to do is show up with a bottle of water and Jesus turns it into wine. On Tuesday, we have math class with Jesus. And if you fail, you're going to go to the hell to the 10th power. And on Wednesday, of course, we have wood shopping with Jesus, because he's a carpenter. And I have a little tip for you KKKers. But when you're carving the cross, I suggest you don't light it up till you put it in the lawn. Okay. All right. Just a little tip for you there. But it's fun being here in New York. Because I don't know about you guys. Do people wear those? Nobody should be allowed to wear obscenity T-shirts. Do they do that where you are? Because it's such a setup.
Yep.
I'm walking down the street. I see this guy with a T-shirt that says "fuck you," and it's clever because the U stands for university because there's a college in the background, But it took me a while to figure it out. I'm staring at it, and of course, like I say, it's a total step. I'm staring at it, and the guy goes, "Hey, pal, what are you staring at, asshole?" Well, I'm trying to read your shirt. Well, what does it say? It says "fuck you." Well, then fuck you too, and then runs off. It's like totally set up. Totally got set up. Yeah. Now, Michelle, you might understand this one. I can't. You should never wear a T-shirt that has a foreign language on it because you don't know what it says. And this is true. I take Japanese karate, and I wear the T-shirt from the dojo. And I had the feeling the sensei's playing a joke on us because I walk down the street and I see Asian people walk by and go. And then on top of that, they do the sneezing thing where they're like, douchebag. And so I'm not sure what it says. So I asked my sensei, I said, does this thing say douchebag? And he goes, no, it's an advertisement for the dojo. Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Mm-hmm. All right, I have to go to class now. douchebag. So I don't know. I think I'm having the woolite pulled over my ears. Anyway, I'm going to end with a song for you. This is since I did the Jesus thing, I have to give the Jewish people their half the program. So I'm going to end with a Hebrew hoedown. Yes, sir. Wee-ha! Well, swing your partner round and round. Be careful or you might fall down. Lean on your walker, but don't let it tip. Be careful or you might break your hip. Mahjong bingo's what I like to play. I'd knock over your sister for the free buffet. I'm sorry, folks, I gotta go take a nap. So let's all put on our diapers and take a big crap. I can never remember the end of this goddamn song. Son of a bitch.
I believe that's
New York. Okay, sorry.
Jazz hands from Alan Enlo, ladies.
Thank you, jazz hands. Thank you.
So Alan Enlo, give him a round of applause, man.
Thank you. Round of silence as usual.
No, it's not a round of silence. You know what? They appreciate you on a higher plane. It's like dogs are laughing their ass off right now.
There you go.
Yeah. Our next performer is completely new to me, and I don't know if Jinda is going to be new to you. Jinda has not had the camera on the entire time or the microphone. So in case you're wondering, Alan, why Jinda hasn't been laughing, is because whether he's laughing or not, you can't hear him. So anyway, I hope the picture works out. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of an audio comedy set, or maybe not even. So,
or is it an audience member?
No, it's not an audience member. It's somebody who signed up to do a spot.
Oh, good.
It's like a mystery spot. You know how they used to do it? No, you don't remember because nobody's as ancient as I am.
Mike.
It's like a panel show with something we used to have here, and England still has because they're civilized. Anyway, our next performer, I hope, is Jinda Lee.
Yay.
Jinda Lee. Not so far. So far, Jinda Lee is not on mute. David, I hope you've got your notes ready. Because there's a reasonable chance that you're going to be on, and I'm going to go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call an audible. I'm going to switch him. David?
Yeah, I'm here.
Up, my man. And if Jinda returns, then Jinda will come on after you. Perhaps you intended that I made Jinda wait so long. And I didn't mean to do that. It's just the way things work. Anyway, David Zaslav's a very funny guy. He was the guy who produced the show that I told you about at the beginning that I did over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice guy, very funny, and he probably recognized a lot of that Southern stuff you were doing. You just moved this.
Yeah, the whole thing, the Southern thing is very funny. I was in Los Angeles for 30 some odd years, and now I'm 4 months in South Carolina.
Oh, wow. Where?
Yeah, my opening line very often in down in clubs here is, "No, I'm not Jeffrey Epstein." And then the next line is, "Shalom, y'all." I actually did a gig the other night, and I'm a chauffeur player in Temple, and I did a gig where it's the only place where I met another Jew, and he's the MC of this particular open mic, and I told him I would, because high holidays are coming up. I told him that I would come in and do a whole thing, a whole presentation on the shofar, and one of my bits is I play all the Christmas songs written by Jews on the shofar. And it was fucking hysterical. I mean, people loved it. They just fucking loved it. It was a great night. Anyhow, great gig. So, yeah, and last night, was that last night? No, that was Saturday. Today's Monday. There was a lot of colonoscopy on Saturday night. And the only line I've had 5 of them, and the only line that I will recite from the last one was when it was over, the doctor sat on the edge of the bed and said I was in great shape. I had the asshole of a 12-year-old.
Good joke.
To this day, I have no fucking clue what he meant by that. But,
What did you mean by that?
I have
The
no.
asshole of a 12-year-old. Why don't you help him out?
Anyhow, it was funny. I love the things. I actually got to watch them. I got to watch them once, and the doctor was going through my butt and the colon, and it was dark. He had a headlight, and he's zapping the polyps, and I thought, well, geez, that's like a video game. They just disappear. And I called it the name of the game would be Asshole Wizard. I love colonoscopies. I love the drugs. I'm crazy about it. Propofol. What's the other drug? There's another heavy drug they use. I forget what it was.
Well, alcohol.
No, that's not strong enough. You'd have to do a lot of fucking alcohol to get through that. So anyhow, I wrote this book, and it's called The Complete Book of Everything, Part 1. Second edition, and I wrote about time because these are kinds of things I think about. And recently, some scientists got a Nobel Peace Prize for proving that in black holes there's no time. And I was thinking, well, there's another time, and that's the other time where there's no time is where there's no people, because it's really when I think about time. I realize that without the human mind, there is no such thing as time. People invented time so they know what time it is. We have meetings to get. We have it's very practical to know. We have meetings. We got coffees and teas and all this shit that knows what time it is. But we don't really, when you think about it on a very high metaphysical universal way. When you think about going to space, there's no fucking time. Nobody knows where we are in the universe. We have no idea how it started, how it's going to end. Nobody fucking knows. And a lot of people make up fucking myths about it, but nobody knows this shit. And so it's practical to know what time it is, but it's not my reality. I like to live in a space where there's no time, which scares a lot of people. And no other animal wastes time or kills time or runs out of time. So I was thinking that the basic needs of all the other animals is breathe, eat, fucking die. And the basic needs of people are breathe, eat, what time is it? Fucking die. Also, you hear a lot of songs about we are the world, we're one, we're all connected, and that's all very nice. I just don't like being connected to people I don't like. And I don't like being connected to people who don't. Do I have time to fucking die? I hope so. Mike just sent me a message. I don't like being connected to people who don't like me. And as far as most people who don't like me they didn't like me first. It's like fuck them. It's like, had they liked me, I probably would have liked them. And some people don't like me so much they want to kill me, and they don't even fucking know me. They just want to kill me because I'm Jewish, and they never met a fucking Jew. They still think Jews have horns, and they have no idea. So I feel that their reasons for killing me are very superficial. And I have much better reasons for killing me. No one has hated me more than me. No one. And I'm not telling them my reasons for hating me. Fuck them, you know. Why should I give them more ammunition for hating me?
Goddamn right.
Yeah. And I know that the people who hate me, they hate themselves. They just don't know they hate themselves. And they hate themselves for the same reason I hate myself, only they don't know it because they're fucking stupid. I got over hating me. You know, they didn't. Catch up. Terrorists, they're perfect examples of people who hate themselves. If they liked themselves, they wouldn't blow themselves up. You know, if some guy told them to blow themselves up, they go, fuck yourself. I like myself. I'm not gonna blow myself up for you. You probably hate yourself also. Go blow yourself up. I hate the fucking terrorists. Anyhow, this is something else I've been thinking about. There's a guy in Africa, I'm probably you've heard about this, I don't know. He lives on a wildlife sanctuary, and he made friends with the lions. And the lions like this guy. He's a nice guy, like, clearly. So one day he's petting a lion, and the lion rolled over on his back, and the guy rubbed the lion's foot. And the lion apparently went, oh, more, that feels so good, more. I mean, the lion put up all of his feet, and the guy rubbed the 4 paws of the lion's foot, and it was an amazing thing. But then what happened is a couple of days later, the lion goes out. There's 72 lions in this wildlife sanctuary. The lion goes out and tells all of his friends. He says, I'm not lying right now, by the way. Excuse me. The lion goes out and tells all of his friends, hey, you see that guy over there? Be nice to him, and he'll rub your feet. So now, the lions talking to each other. All the lions now go over to this guy, and he rubs, 72 times 4 is 8. How much? That's 200. How much is that? It's a lot of fucking paws.
288.
It's a lot of paws. So he's rubbing all. So what that shows to me is this phenomenal connection. The lions are talking to each other. They have this connection with this guy, that the opportunities to communicate with the animal world, which we're part of, which the church doesn't want to accept, but we're part of the animal world. Fuck the church. I just can't stand these assholes. There's this amazing communication between animals, and we could be part of that. Now, this also happened with sharks. There's this lady who made friends with a fucking shark. And it took a while, because sharks are very shy. They don't like people very much. But she made friends with the shark. And one day they got so close that the shark let this lady stick her hand down its throat. And the lady took out a hook that was stuck in the shark's throat. Amazing. The shark swims away, tells all of his shark friends, hey, you see that lady over there by the reef over there? Be nice to her, she'll take out your hook. This lady, as of today, has taken out 350 hooks.
Wow.
It's fucking amazing. The sharks talk to each other. They tell her, go over, do this now. And then there's a photograph of this lady at the bottom of the ocean with an aqualung on, and she's petting this fucking shark. And the sharks love to be petted. They love to be touched. Everybody loves to be touched. So they got the lions, you got the sharks, and then you got manta rays. There's a couple that go out in the Caribbean, and they were feeding the manta rays at a specific time. Then they stopped, they would go out and they stopped feeding them, and the manta rays would come around just to be touched. They just fucking like to be touched. Of course, the deal is never rub, you don't want to rub a lion the wrong way. Don't rub a lion when the fucking lion is hungry. Don't do stupid things. Don't pet a shark if the shark is hungry. But there's all these things, and trees are talking to each other. If you've read any of the latest things in science. They're measuring how trees can talk to each other. And, you know, what are they? Nobody knows what they're talking about. I suspect they're talking about water. What else could be more important to a tree than water or fire? One of those things. But the point is, all these things are talking to each other. And if we could learn how to communicate, we could probably have peace in the world. And that's the point of what I'm trying to get at here. If we could learn to communicate, we could have peace in the world. And there's another way we could have peace in the world. If we stop killing in God's name, that would be, for God's sake, just stop killing in God's name. If God wants to kill, doesn't need anybody's help. And if you want to kill, use your own fucking name. Just take a little bit of personal responsibility. There's another way for peace in the world. If everybody who wanted to kill somebody else killed themselves, we'd have peace in the world because there'd be nobody left. And another way to have peace in the world, we could have peace in the world if everybody had a safe place to shit, including the Palestinians. I mean, if everybody had, if you have a safe place to shit, that means you have a toilet, you have a house, you have a door. You're not going to be worried about someone breaking down the door and shooting you while you're on the toilet. You have a very comfortable place. You're very happy. Happy people with a good place to shit are less prone to get involved in a war. So those are my solutions for world peace. I hope they work someday. Hey, great to be with you, Mike. It was good to see you the other night too.
Thanks, man.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, we're sort of watching a new age George Carlin being born.
This is where, you know, most of my material has been a lot about sex, and this is a new direction for me. And this is the first time I've actually verbalized any of this stuff anywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
Here.
I like it.
yeah.
Very
So-
philosophical.
And I knew that you guys, I knew you have the smartest comedy mic that I know of, and I was really thinking.
Wow, that's sad. I mean, that's great.
I just fucked it up.
No, you really.
That's great.
A, you need to get out more. B, B, thank you very much. It's a lovely thing to hear, and I hope Jinder Lee is absorbing this wherever Jinder Lee is.
He's meditating. He's meditating.
He, she, they,
She, or
these foreigners' names, man. That's probably why Jinder left. Doing my bit about foreigners, without any history of the fact that I play this, not so character. Somebody's just gonna go, oh, I get it. Total fucking asshole. Doesn't even know what white privilege is. Okay. So I hope that's not what happened, but if it did, it did. Michelle came. She was serious.
And I got the note.
Everybody
I
tonight.
got the note. Everybody's wearing black
Yeah,
t-shirt.
absolutely. Thanks. Thank you. It's good to know that my group email got out.
Oh my god, I
If you could
accidentally
just
wore
lower,
this back.
you could just lower your picture just a little bit so we don't see that hint of
or
blue.
purple. Or purple.
Or purple. Okay, that's cool. Anyways, Chuck, I think there's one more thing we have to do, and then we usually hang around for a few people if they're interested. Wait a minute, does Jinder want to perform?
No, just here to watch comedies. But thank you.
Oh, I'm
and,
so sorry.
Was an audience member.
my mistake there, or she had signed up for a guest spot. So
I
Either
wasn't
way, glad to
here.
have you.
I wasn't trying to be mean, and I hope I didn't come off that way. Just didn't understand what was going on. My apologies if I seem to be mean. Because usually, if there's any hint that I might be mean, I'm probably not trying to be mean.
right. Time for a silly photo.
Yeah, we can do this silly photo.
Everybody do
The Ankur.
on the
Maybe
phone.
not sexual, but she's just as vain as you were before. She's like going through with the hair. All right. Anyway, silly picture. What's the?
Everybody on the phone.
Everybody's on the phone.
Everybody's on the
phone.
phone.
Everybody's on the phone. Hello.
And
Oh,
one.
David doesn't even know what we do. Yeah, it's just a.
There we go. Right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Perfect. Thank you, everybody.
All right. This is fun. I'm not getting off
Hello.
right away. So we have I'm not getting off at all lately.
I'm going to Denver in October.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Oh, you really?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Be in touch. Be in touch with me, and I'll see what kind of shows there are.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm gonna be at the Penn show.
Also, Chuck.
At the Penn show. All
Penn
right.
show, Colorado Penn show.
Oh, wonderful.
Kent.
Oh,
is that
wow.
something? Are you in the pen business somehow?
No, I'm in the notebook business.
Right.
Oh, so you're a vendor.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not a vendor, but I'm in the notebook business.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
well, for now, you're our pen pal.
No, I see.
All
I
right,
love
Chuck.
I love pens because when you jumble word, it's love penis.
Oh, hello.
Gonna write that one down.
Yeah. So, did we get it? Are we still on YouTube or what?
Well, so I think it's time. I didn't want them to miss that last pun, but now we
last
can say